Welcome to my channel, Echoes of Crime. The story for today is titled, The Chains of Innocence. Story: in the small city of Fairview, nestled between rolling hills and rusted factories, life seemed quiet and unassuming. But beneath the surface of this picturesque town lay a justice system that wasn't blind. It simply refused to see certain people. For 24-year-old Jamal Green, life had always been a struggle. Raised by his grandmother after his parents died in a car accident, Jamal worked 2 jobs, one at a local grocery store and another at a mechanic shop. He dreamed of opening his own garage one day, a place where neighborhood kids could learn skills and stay out of trouble. But on a chilly November night, Jamal's life was shattered. A convenience store in a wealthy part of town was robbed by a masked man carrying a pistol. The cashier, terrified, gave a vague description. A young black man, maybe mid-20s, wearing a dark hoodie. That night, Jamal was walking home from work wearing, you guessed it, a dark hoodie. When police spotted him, they didn't ask questions. They drew their weapons, forced him to the ground, and arrested him on the spot. Jamal pleaded, explaining he had just finished his shift and still had his time card and work badge in his pocket. But none of it mattered. In Fairview, perception carried more weight than proof. The trial. Jamal's trial was swift and brutal. The prosecution painted him as a career criminal, even though his only prior offense was a minor traffic violation. The evidence was flimsy. No fingerprints on the weapon found at the crime scene. No surveillance footage clearly showing Jamal. A witness who admitted in court that he wasn't sure if Jamal was a robber, but said he looked like the kind of guy who would do it. The defense attorney assigned to Jamal's case was overworked and underfunded, juggling too many clients to mount a strong defense. Meanwhile, the jury was made up entirely of people from the wealthier side of town, none of whom knew Jamal or understood the world he came from. After just 3 hours of deliberation, the verdict was announced: guilty. Jamal was sentenced to 20 years in prison. He was only 24. Life behind bars. Prison was a nightmare Jamal couldn't wake up from. He endured violence, isolation, and the crushing weight of knowing he didn't belong there. His grandmother passed away during his 3rd year of incarceration, and Jamal wasn't allowed to attend the funeral. The only thing that kept him going were letters from his childhood friend, Maya, who believed in his innocence and refused to give up. As the years dragged on, Jamal began to lose hope. In his journal, he wrote, "It's not the bars that hurt the most. It's knowing that outside, people think I'm a monster." The breakthrough. 8 years into his sentence, Maya connected with an investigative journalist named Alex Carter. Alex dug through police reports and court records, uncovering shocking details. The lead detective on Jamal's case had ignored key evidence, including surveillance footage showing another suspect near the store minutes before the robbery. A confidential informant had pointed to a known gang member as the real culprit, but this information was never shared with Jamal's defense team. The officers who arrested Jamal falsified parts of their report, claiming he resisted arrest when witnesses later said he was compliant. Alex's article went viral, sparking outrage and call for justice. With the help of a nonprofit legal organization, Jamal's case was reopened. The fight for freedom. Even with overwhelming evidence, the road to freedom wasn't easy. The district attorney's office fought tooth and nail to uphold the conviction, fearing backlash and lawsuits. But after months of legal battles, the truth could no longer be buried. In a packed courtroom, the judge finally overturned Jamal's conviction. Tears streamed down Maya's face as Jamal walked free after 9 years of wrongful imprisonment. But his freedom came at a cost. 9 birthdays, 9 Christmas mornings, 9 years of a life he would never get back. The aftermath. Though free, Jamal struggled to adjust. Employers turned him away because of his record, which, despite being cleared, still haunted him in background checks. Old friends had moved on. His neighborhood had changed. During an interview, Jamal said, "They didn't just lock me up. They locked away my future, my trust, my faith in the system. I got out, but part of me is still in there, chained to a crime I didn't commit." Meanwhile, the officers and prosecutors who built a false case against him faced no punishment. They went back to their jobs, their lives, their comfortable homes, while Jamal had to rebuild us from nothing. The echo of crime. Jamal now works as an advocate for criminal justice reform, speaking to schools and community groups about the dangers of racial bias and wrongful convictions. His story is a reminder that for every Jamal who is exonerated, countless others remain behind bars. Their voice is silenced. Fairview still looks the same on the surface. The hills, the factories, the quiet streets. But if you listen closely, you can hear the echoes of injustice, whispering to the lives forever changed by a broken system. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and share.